So we're back here at UNSW, which is where I went to uni and where I trained for about 2-3 years. Most of my strength training took place in this area. As you can see, it's quite built up. Just lots of buildings, not that much nature and like trees to hang stuff off. Obviously these trees here aren't really appropriate to hang rings off, they're a bit thin. Other trees are natural heritage and hence you're not allowed to hang stuff off them. So you can see there's a few ledges and things around, you know, like you could potentially hang rings off, but obviously that's too probably in the main walkway. It's not high enough. So I really had to walk around the campus and try and be creative with the area that I trained on. I implore you, if you're in a situation where you can't find your own gym, to just look around your surroundings, be creative. There's definitely always a place you can hang rings, and ideally you're going to get that nice rings tower height that gives you the ability to do handstands and cross, like full range of motion, muscle up and all that. Having the ideal strap length means that you can get all the exercises done as you would in an actual gym. So I hope this has inspired you guys to try and be creative with your own training areas. That's what I did for the first 3-4 years of my training, and now I've been fortunate enough to get more frequent access to actual gyms. This is the area that I found I could train in pretty much every day. So we thought I'd bring you guys here today to show you how my training sort of started out, take you back to the origins. So as you can see, you put a nice high bar here. Not quite as high as I would like, but it's still pretty good. So now I'm just going to quickly show you how I set the rings up. So as you can see, I've got my platform here, and that is so I can get the rings nice and high so that when I'm hanging, my feet don't touch the ground. There we go, we're all set up, ready for the rest of the session. Welcome to day 10. It's going to be a good workout. We're back at my old university. The weather is quite terrible, but that's
double digits, baby.
So today again we're taking lock and load. Today I'm taking 1.5 scoops. Also I've got BCAAs in here. As you can see, it's quite cold today. So today is one of those sessions where it's not very inviting. You can see it's pretty dull weather, it's raining. It doesn't make you want to train, but that should never be a reason why you don't train. That should never be an excuse, and we're here today to show you that even in these sub-prime conditions, we're still going to have an excellent workout, potentially the best we've ever had. Alright, so I'm now confronting my weak point in the one-arm chin, and that is the dead hang pull bit and the scap retraction. So we don't have a bar today, so instead I'm just going to be using the rings. I agree it makes it a little bit more difficult, just because sort of the ring will move, and whereas a bar will stay still, no matter which way you push it. But still, if I can just get to, you know, even a little bit of progress, I'll be happy, because it's the only part, I reckon, of the one-arm chin that's stopped me from doing it. Well, that hurts, sort of. Nothing's good. Pulling pretty hard, but I can't really feel it. It sucks. Let's get this out. It's too hard for me. Unfortunately, I can't do any really significant movement. My goal was to go from dead hang to here and back. So I'm struggling to do it on the rings. I'm pretty confident I'll be able to do it in a bar, so next workout I'll do that instead. Now this time I'm just going to try to go to negative and hold it at 90 instead. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not a bad exercise, eh?
Actually 5 seconds. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now I just rotated so you could see the whole body working. Alright, so I'm now going to try and hold this at my weakest point, which I feel is about there. Mainly because that's like a stretch of the scap, I think, or it stretches the shoulder in a sort of awkward position. So I figured the best way to get over that is to just hit it directly.
2, 3, 4.
That felt good. You may have noticed I sort of involuntarily fell out of it around 3 or 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I am really liking that. So it's taking all of my focus. Should just sort of feel where I am and then just lock the shoulder down and not let it move. So I'm pulling near 100% effort there. But the great thing is I am just strong enough to hold it, so it's very satisfying. I had listed the straight to knee half lay, although unfortunately I can't do it clean today. I find planche quite difficult. I'm not very happy with this. I feel like it's a very simple movement. I should be doing better. I'm going to try and lean forward more, as Tyson suggested. I'm really just going to try and exaggerate all the movements, so it's just really nice form.
Jelly. Come on. Come on. Good. Lower. Butt lower. Yeah, that's it.
So in keeping with the theme of this week, I'm just trying to do it very slow and controlled and hit those nice positions. So it's a nice pump, but I do feel like I'm very far away from the full planche, which is my goal. So yeah, you've got a bit of work to do on this one.
1, lower. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You need to extend more. A little bit higher. Butt lower.
Yeah, only on 2 reps, that's not good enough. Really not enjoying front lever and planche right now. Both of them I need to lean back more on the front lever, I need to lean forward more on the planche. And it's frustrating because I don't feel like I'm making any progress just yet. The thing is though, month will obviously take about 4 weeks to start to really build strength. I've only been doing this for 3 weeks so far, so I'm really hoping in that 4th week I start to see those strength gains, which will continue up until the goals session. I'm a little bit disappointed with this because realistically I think I should be holding a solid straddle planche, and I guess one-legged front lever is decent, but it doesn't feel like I'm very close to my actual goal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's good stuff. Thanks a lot, mate. Cheers. We had the security guy. He's my good mate from about 2 years ago. I met him while I was training. He initially sort of came over to tell me I can't train here, but after he saw a couple of the skills, he kind of got into it himself. So he's a really cool guy. He lets us train here, which is very kind of him. Not to tell us off like some of the other guys might. And yeah, he enjoys the training, which is good. Check out Tyson's workout from today. He had some very nice form with his Zarian multis, and he's inspired me to, instead of doing a rings spotted multis, to do reps of this.
press those shoulders down a bit stronger. We're on an incline. Put your forearm incline up. 1, 2.
Right, so I'm feeling a little bit of that sort of similar shoulder pain that I felt in my last workout. So I got the pain from a cross press, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm just going level 1, nice and easy. And if I feel any sort of discomfort that's unusual in the tendon, I'll probably give it a break on this. I'm hoping I can get through it, but you gotta listen to your body sometimes. You gotta listen to your body all the time, actually. So you gotta be smart. If it's not a muscular sort of fatigue and it's something more, then you probably should avoid that exercise for a little bit. Even though it's frustrating and you want to do the exercise, you really don't want to tear something and put yourself out for a month or more.
Lower. 1, 2. Whoa. What's this?
Let's do one more.
Come on. Lower. 1, 2.
Well, again, this week is non-failure. How many times do I need to tell you this? So I'm only going to be doing 1 rep for the next exercise, so I don't have to get support.
One, 2.
You mind, bro? I guess not. So we finished our session here at UNSW. I wasn't particularly happy with my front lever and my planch. They both felt a little bit weaker than I wanted them to. I got a nice pump while doing the exercise, but I didn't feel like I was doing an advanced enough variation. I need to be doing the full version of them for my goals in about 4 weeks' time, so I really need to be stepping up the difficulty already. That's how I feel. I'm happy with the one-arm chin. That seems to be progressing quite well. As I said, in week 4 onwards, I anticipate I'll be getting some good gains in strength, and that's probably when I'll start to actually attempt some of the goals, or attempt exercises that are very close to the actual goal. So we had a good workout. See you guys on day 11. So while I was here, I thought I'd quickly mention how the second day of wearing skins to bed was. It was a little bit uncomfortable. I felt a little bit strange. Normally I sleep naked, so it was a bit strange being completely covered in compression clothing. The thing I find about compression clothing is you don't notice this until you do it, but your arm hairs actually trap heat so that when you move and shuffle they retain heat. Now when you're wearing the skins, because it compresses everything, it keeps these hairs flat and they're unable to regulate the heat on your skin like they normally would. And so what I notice is while I feel quite warm because I'm covered in clothing, as soon as I move under the bed sheets, it kind of feels cold because those hairs aren't retaining heat. And so the first night I wore them, it was a bit bizarre because I sort of would heat up and then I'd shuffle around and get cold again. And I kept sort of waking up every now and then, which obviously is unpleasant and not good for my sleep cycle. But the second night, which was last night, I actually slept very well. So I think my body adjusted in that one night, which was cool. And we'll see by the end of the week if I've noticed that it is actually benefiting me over the longer period of time.